Okay, so what that was an animation that I created utilizing my logo from my company and some various animated things that I had put together and some items I made in Photoshop and Illustrator and Adobe Animation and just various odds and ends that I put together as a intro to the YouTube content that I intend on publishing. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense topically, but then again, the topic of my YouTube channel at this point is what it takes to make a YouTube channel. So regardless of what's on there, it serves the purpose of being the front end wrapper for the content that I plan on publishing and a common ground between all of the items I publish and something that becomes familiar, be it the logo or the animation itself, something that has a common thread between all of the things I publish on my channel, and that serves a lot of purpose. It gives people kind of a something to look for when you're searching through thumbnails that are an inch big. If you have something that catches the eye and it's something that your viewers are used to seeing, it serves that purpose. And branding is also served. And what we want to be careful is when we create those little elements and all these little things that we're going to utilize over and over again, we want to make sure we organize them and put them in files and make sure that we put them where we can find them when we need them, or the elements of them when we need them to improve on the content or change it or what have you. We just don't want to do double work. It's a lot of work to do that kind of stuff. You want to do it once, and you don't want to have to go all the way back to the drawing board ever. So keep track of it, index it properly, explain it, name things so they'll make sense 6 months from now. Don't name something like bestfiletoday.png because that makes sense today, but it's not going to make sense 6 months from now. And you want to be able to get to those items, find them, and utilize them, and have them organized from the jump. Do it now before you get a ton of content built up, because then it's kind of all over the place and too late. And you want to make sure it's your content. It's really important. I'm stating the obvious, I realize that, but copywritten material doesn't only cover audio files, and YouTube will pull something down because they can recognize audio easily, and they'll mute it or take it off if it's copywritten material and it's not yours and you don't have the right to use it. But video and stills, they can do that as well down to the pixel. It's not as swift to find it, but they will, and they won't look for it or probably won't find it until you're successful and you have a couple thousand followers and you're monetized and now you're making money, and then somebody's going to come knocking on your door. So don't make the mistake of utilizing somebody else's material unless you have the right to do so. And there are situations to where you do have the right to do so. If you do a Google search for images, you can filter images, for example, that the author or the creator has allowed people to use under certain circumstances. So there are open source things, and Creative Commons is an organization that you can go ahead and look that up, and I won't get into it, but it keeps track of those kind of things, and it allows you to use content that perhaps the author is allowing you to do so. So the two things to get out of this is organize your stuff and make sure it's yours. And there you go.